and he gets basically a free farm for 5 minutes, and then he gets his first item, Midas, Echo, whatever it is. He feels like he has a fairly strong game here, to be honest.
Yeah. I really think it's a Thunder, very Thunder favorite game. I mean, I guess you could always go like Mao could give him an early axe, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
That's an idea. That's not gonna happen. But that is an idea.
I would like to see that.
Yeah. I like that. I always think that you should see a little bit more of that before you end up seeing everything. Was there
that Mao posts Daddy Yankee song?
Yeah.
How is that?
To be honest, this seems like one of his newer ones. I haven't heard it.
And then Sacred responds. Oh, Sacred's in his own team, and they were both talk about Reggaeton. But apparently they've chosen bad ones today. I mean, I guess if you like Reggaeton, there's an ounce of that. Who's the one with the Bad Bunny tag? Oh, it's Sebas.
Bad Bunny, baby.
Yeah.
That's for fellow Reggaeton fans. Which, since we're casting SA, there might be a couple.
Yeah, it should be a fair amount. I mean, Bad Bunny is international symbol.
Yeah.
Ever since he went on the eBay stream.
Is that so? I don't know. I'm not up to date with the pop stars, to be honest.
Ibai is probably the biggest streamer in Spanish, or one of them. And he went and talked to them. They're like friends, apparently. He did a lot of the Bizarrap with them. Or, well, he eventually joined the Bizarrap crew, actually. Yeah, which is the, it's like a new genre of, like, freestyle that the South Americans are doing.
And Alvaro, for hating reggaeton as much as you do, you know a lot about it.
Yeah, unfortunately, my Twitter feed is not something I control, and it was either that or anime furries, so I chose reggaeton instead.
Fair enough.
I can imagine the lane not being the easiest for Sacred, to be honest, but much like with the Monkey King or Ursa, I feel like when you concentrate in the first 4 or 5 levels against Timbersaw, you're just ruining yourself, the game. Like, if a good Timbersaw will be able to deal with this, and Sacred is one of the better Timbersaws in the world, I shouldn't be too concerned for him. I also feel like, so I'm thinking about Invoker versus Kunkka, right? And that's probably one of Invoker Quaswex's worst matchups, so I can't imagine Alk being too far up, because it's the same idea. I tank, I farm creeps, I don't really concern myself with your existence.
Yeah, pretty much. You don't take my tower, you don't steal my camps very easily. Yeah, get out of my face, for the most part. I mean, yeah, Sebas doesn't really have to be too concerned, at least with the damage output of the Alk, the mid lane. You know, for all the kill potential that an Alk actually does have, you know, with a couple of cheeky points and unstable concoction, it is much more difficult in the short lane here in the mid lane.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about that. Sebas can at least get his urn early, maybe ask for rotation from the Earth Spirit, and with his damage, look for a kill.
Yeah.
So, you know, it does make Invoker's game very easy to play, at least, right? More concerning because you don't pressure the Alk, but that's where your team comes in, hopefully.
Yeah, the only concern you have is I think this game you have to commit to the full Vessel, right? Which will slow down Invoker games a little bit, right? More Quaswexes these days, they want to deviate into Exhort as soon as possible after getting the early urn. That's why people don't like it as much. And Vessel is a necessity. You have 3 strength cores and Timbersaw and Alk on the enemy team.
Yeah, and quite frankly, when your best setup for something like a Cataclysm, if you do want to try and flex into Exhort, when your best setup is praying for an Ogre Blast 4 times multicast stun, so they actually stay inside the Cataclysm, probably best off not rushing it anyway. So yeah. I suppose at the very least, even though some might call it no synergy draft, it's also a draft that naturally he wants to upgrade the full Vessel, I think, and get more use out of that early Quaswex timing.
Sometimes no synergy draft just means it's easier to play, right? All your game plan is TB get farm, TB win game.
Yep. Sometimes when you have too many circles, it just confuses the pros. Where do you put circle A? Where do you put circle B? The timing of circle A and B. What's a circle?
Yeah, right. What's a square, right? Are triangle circles? Do you believe in Euclidean mathematics or do you believe in Pythagorean? You know, it's a whole thing.
Man,
I've had the discussion many times with Sacred.
It's just the worst, especially when he starts bringing up, you know, how you're just a 3D dimensional pleb, and he's thinking he's got the eye plane running, and he's thinking in multiple dimensions and graphing lines to your demise.
Yeah. I really hate it because I think along the X and Y axis, and he always thinks around the Z axis, right? And that always ruins me.
Yeah.
But that was an interesting play.
He just brings a lot of depth, doesn't he?
Did you see what he just did, by the way? What hit telekinesis range creep? Was that on purpose?
Not sure.
That is kind of next level. Did he do that to secure the CS for Sacred? I have never seen a Rubik do that. That's pretty creepy. And Fable was on cooldown, so this was the next
Okay,
best
I got it. Telekinesis, sir. What next? Yeah, sure.
I like that, actually. I'm going to copy that.
Oh, he's okay. He's okay. Just barely. And the kill is actually mid lane.
Oh, wow. How did that happen?
Solo kill.
Oh, I know. How? Alchemist. Just got the tornado.
Literally just tornado.
And also a lot of auto attacks.
Well, that's what has to happen if you just get hit by a tornado and EMP.
Yeah, that's surprising to me.
Yeah, me too.
I don't think that should be happening to Darkmao. But, you come from playing a Tiny, you feel like your lane is stronger than it is, and then you play Alchemist, you realize you don't really have much to do but kit creeps.
Well, already Tempest have half the kills that they got last game against Thunder, so this one much more promising. As the lanes begin to kind of just barely eke a bit of an edge over their opponents. As well on Dota2, but most importantly, of course, it's the Urn now up online for Sebas. One more kill like that, and he is going to be in a very good position as Draken and Pakaz will end up trading lives in the bottom lane.
Yep. We'll see when the Invoker rotates as who has discovered this stack. Ancient stack for Alchemist, maybe not the best way, but there's also a couple of smaller stacks there. And we'll wonder how much Kaiyu wants to fight this. He has a charged magic stick, so it's kind of dangerous right now. Matthew does have boots at least. There's the Telekinesis, bring him to the Ancient. That's the right way to do aggro them, so Kaiyu takes more damage. There's the body loss from Matthew. Matthew realizes he is just not fat enough. Kaiyu is now getting away. Darkmago's coming and joining him. No points on Stubble Concoction, however. A lot of time wasted. Darkmago's actually going to chase him through the trees. Get out of my stacks! And eventually the TP will work. Okay.
All right.
That's actually kind of a good play.
Sometimes it's just that easy to be very efficient and be very annoying. Telekinesis 24-second cooldown, I think, at level 1, so fairly easy to not get caught by one of those, especially when he throws you into the Ancient. And he's just right back to it, isn't he?
Bro, Matthew is tanking so much creep damage, though. He almost died here.
They
hit him with Ignite. Thank God it's nighttime, though. That stops him from dying, as he also activates a salve. And there's the fight for the Ancients. There's not much that Darkmago can do, so he's just going to hang near the tower.
Yep, pretty much.
Classic Alchemist gameplay.
And even struggling to get some CS here. Another nice denial from Sebas, just looking to keep this number as close to 3 as possible. Not too bad of a position, to be honest. 12 is a fairly good number to keep that one at, as Dota2, not even level 6 here, is already being forced back.
Yeah, we talked about this, though.
Yeah.
Timber just destroys the lane, and he doesn't have Chakram yet. Wait till Chakram comes out. Oh, this Metamorphosis play is interesting. Liquid's like free TB. Okay, he couldn't quite get him.
Okay. Reflection's over. No Soul Ring here, however. Will make things a bit more difficult for Sacred to actually look for a kill. He'll stop bottom.
Bottom lane, they do lose Pandamu. And Pakaz wants to punish this. It is nighttime, but he doesn't have any mana. We talked about the strength of the Weaver in lane. It does seem like they're doing pretty well against Night Stalker. No points of Crippling Fear means that Weaver is not an easy kill. Trying to cancel that Clarity. They do cancel the Clarity. Pakaz sees the opportunity. He's chasing after the Weaver. And we do have a Void, slowing down Draken. 4 seconds to that Shikuchi. However, the Yellow Magic Wand, which saves him from them even in danger. Could have baited that a little bit longer, actually.
Yep. Of course, Pakaz saw him coming, though, because he aggroed the creep wave over to him. So that one was going to be scouted pretty much no matter what. But wasting time here of the hard carry Night Stalker, who has queued up nothing yet. Just double bracer. Double bracer. Very tanky Batman. Batman. JMR calls him. Batman. So happy to see him. Night Stalker win.
Yes. He's a big fan. He's a big fan. Sacred, now with Chakram, actually I think threatens everyone in this game, but he doesn't have enough mana because he went for the early bracer. I don't know if I'm that big a fan of the early bracer in this lane particularly. I think you could have got away with just Soul Ring straight into the Arcanes, but fair enough. I guess if he thinks it's good for tanking.
I think no matter what, it's going to allow him to 2v1, right? As he is right now. It's maybe just still a kill, to be honest. Dota2 doesn't have a lot to play with here, and it's just simply dead.
I don't know why he went to the lane, to be honest.
And I suspect that's a scenario where Sacred would, hey guys, look, I'm going to kill him, and laughs.
Yep, that's when the tips come right afterwards. That was odd, because I feel like the only purpose of picking TB against Timbersaw is because you can go jungle early, and at least before your tower falls, at least you can be in jungle for a while. But that didn't happen, so now Timbersaw gets a free tower regardless, and also a kill on the game.
Oh yeah. And the tower eventually will go down here. Bottom lane, Night Stalker, of course, doesn't have to fear the same, mostly because it's nighttime, and he's got the opportunity to put now a point here in the Dark Ascension. Oh, that's annoying, getting broken as an Alchemist.
That is true. You do still get your current amount of gold, though.
You do, yes, you just stop getting more stacks.
Exactly. Okay, they get rid of his wards now. That Mago pretty sad about this. He's going to have to go his jungle himself. Not the fastest farming right now, but luckily his team did make stacks for him. This is not a pub, so he can rely on his friends. As Pandamu goes with a haste down bottom. And he decides not to do that in the mid lane. That's where the fight's actually going to happen. The TP from Sacred. Go for Sladin. Matthew nearby as well, trying to finish off Sladin. A lot of strength. Willing Death is going to help bring him down as the Nightmare catches the Ogre. Panda Moon needs to body block to set up for this kill. And there we go. The body blocking begins. Cat Yu kind of annoyed by this. There's a Timber Chain with Sacred getting the kill thanks to the Chakram. Panda Moon helping out with that Brain Sap. Or stealing it with a Brain Sap.
Very nice. Didn't want to go bottom. Maybe didn't have dust on him. Without grip, it's kind of actually difficult to be completely honest on a Weaver. And honestly, the Bacchus Night Stalker is farming just fine on his own again during this nighttime period. He's got another minute of it naturally, as he's actually holding on to 2 skill points here, isn't he? According to my maths.
Yeah, right. Yep. Interesting. I would expect at least you put the 3rd point in Void or 4th point in Hunter and Knight.
I guess he's just really eager to potentially put the point in the ulti, take the point of the silence, and then go for the kill onto Panda. Here
No,
they go.
you're right. They have Dark Ascension now, so or they could.
They could.
I think Draken dies now if they just set up this correctly.
Nightmare's all they need, yeah.
There we go, Nightmare. Panda hit him! Panda, go! Crippling Fear, they put a 3rd point in Void as well, just in case. The TP in the middle of that, praying that Bacchus would use his Void immediately. I think he actually baited him out because he did the animation, right, and canceled it. Well done.
Well done, indeed. No chance there for him to live. Didn't even have to use Dark Ascension, which is pretty big, because you never, if you can, especially early, want to use it while you're already overlapping with nighttime.
Doesn't have the point in it, actually. So he won't be able to use it for a
Well,
while.
I mean, he could have, right? Is my
Right,
point.
but he chose it in Void instead.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, because that means that he's not planning on using it either when it's minute 10 and daytime comes by.
Yep, Matthew's going to die. At least Tempest finds something on their return for revenge on the kill of their Weaver.
Okay, Panda at least dewards this because he acknowledges their deep ward. Not bad. But Tempest, well, I mean, they still have options here. Like, their early game didn't get crushed by any means. Now it's just up to the Invoker and the Weaver to see what they can do. Weaver has been crushed, though, compared to the rest of the team. There's the Rolling Boulder. Boulder Smash sent Malo away, but that Malo heals a little bit too much, and Nightmare might just set up for the kill on Sebas. Instead, it's going to be Cat Yu who tanks this, as the MP protects Cat Yu best they can, but Timber avoids his telekinesis. Will bring Sebas back. They have any sort of stuns. They have a dust. That's going to slow him down. With Chakram on top of that. Slane dies in the backlash to Bacchus. And Sebas is being torn to shreds by a Timber Saw and 2 supports, allowing them to get a triple kill here in the mid lane.
And here goes Bacchus bottom. Doesn't have the Crippling Fear, though, so nothing to cancel that time lapse. Away he goes. And I think an underutilized concept of this Night Stalkers, you actually do get reduced vision at nighttime, don't you, during this ulti active? And that made it really difficult for Tempest. Yeah, I think so, right, because your wards don't see anything.
That was the old Darkness. I don't know if that's...
Oh, that's right. Well, the way they played that, it was almost as if he had it, because they just all backed away.
Right.
They popped the ultimate, and that's time-lapse stolen, by the way. Sacred is missing. He misses the tree, even though he was silenced. Quick little stun, but he's got the Hooded Defiance up, so I don't believe he takes a death here. That is, however, a very good cold snap into the full vessel. Mana Boots here in a second with everything ready to go. Timber up to the high ground, but a very nice predictive tornado here. As soon as he falls again into another silence, and he is going to tick down there. Kill goes to Draken. Wow, that was really nice done. Yeah, it was really good.
Kill on Timber there is actually major here. Not only will you refresh some earn charges for Sebas, but it's a play you needed to make.
Vessel charges even.
Oh, right, Vessel, you're right. So it's a play you definitely needed to make, and now you have nobody to play around for this 30 seconds. The Timber's dead, which allows the Tempest team to now take over the map a little bit more. We get Shukuchi on Matthew, which is a nice way to cut lanes, but they just want to farm. Like, they don't want to fight in the daytime with Night Stalker, which is why Tempest takes advantage of this and goes to the tower. Kotaro seemingly just really likes coming in from behind. I don't really know what the thing is this game, but it's the name of the game, apparently. He read Sun Tzu, The Art of War, he discovered what flanking is, and he just loves it. Matthew, I cannot believe he's actually trying to kill off Wu. Yeah, that's not going to work.
Yeah, it's, you know, he doesn't like going in, you know, whenever he enters his house, he never wants to go through the front door. He likes to, you know, back always.
Yeah, they call him the Kool-Aid Man, actually.
He just goes through the wall.
Yeah, Sacred, okay, they hit him there with a Fire Blast, but they realize he's a little bit too tanky as the MP might stop Panda. Panda dies in exchange for Wu, so 5 for 5 as of now, as Matthew. Maybe wants to find Draken. Draken out of mana, actually, so they might have a chance. They go for Sladin instead. They can't cancel the Rolling Boulder, as the Unstoppable Concoction is being charged by Dark Mago. They try to go for Sebas. They do have Vision and Dark Ascension on top of this, but Matthew dies in the backlash to Sebas. And that won't allow them to chase any further. It does seem like Night Stalker still wants something, but they just don't see Sebas. So that's it. Bacchus actually being slowed down. Once again, does not see Sebas on him. And Bacchus is trying to fly home. But much like the Philippine Airlines planes, he's having a little bit of trouble.
Oh yeah, couldn't even take off that one.
Nope.
And now here they go. Zev, he's going to get rid of that baggage, just like Philippines got rid of ours. And now Dark Mago tossing it like they did our baggage off of the plane into the middle of the ocean, into the river. Sebas is dead. Pakaz still kind of having used basically everything he's got here. Might make it out of the fight just barely. And now it's 3 dead as Tempest look for a 4th. Not done, not satisfied with how much damage they have done, will now completely destroy that last piece of baggage. And Thunder Awaken take a pretty nice rebuttal fight.
I bet you the comms there were Baitea, tengo Radiance. Baitea, tengo Radiance. Just constantly, as Darkmao used that small power spike on the Radiance. Usually Alchemists don't fight around this, but because the Tempest team has such a slow carry, they're capable of doing so, and they just turn that around completely. Really, really well played by Darkmao, and in general by the whole team. Pakaz guiding them to their deaths.
I'll go ahead and translate that just in case our American or English-speaking viewers don't understand what Alvaro just said. That meant Philippines Airlines lost my bag. Go, go, go. Is basically what
that is what it, yeah, exactly it. Yeah, Philippines in Spanish is Baitea. Indeed.
Everyone knows that.
Anyway, with that, they get a really good fight. I think now Thunder Awaken is in the driver's seat, and we'll see how they proceed to stop the Terrorblades farm, which is their next order of business. They, for now, lose Matthew in the mid lane. Not that big a deal, but small goal for Tempest, especially if it allows him to take mid tower. Pretty good. There you go. Mid tower falls, opens the map for Tempest, and Tempest can still make plays around this Invoker and Weaver. Vlads on Weaver. Oh my god,
Vlads, he's ready to go. That gives a lot of sustain to himself, to the TB, who is farming away at his Eye of Scotty. Necessary at him here to cut through the region of Dark Mago, who almost now has, pardon me, a full BKB. That's how it works with this guy. You know, he wins one fight and all of a sudden he's just got it on the on the halfway to his next item.
The problem with this Vlad's build on Tempest is that you just can't make plays right now. You're literally just there as fodder for TB to farm. And I know we talked about how easy it is to play on TB, but there's maybe a degree that you'd like to have more impact in, right?
Right, the degrees of TBs.
Degrees of TBs as they find Night Stalker, bringing him down to his knees. Let's see Pakaz. He's swift as a breeze, trying to get into the trees. They're going to find him with a tornado and kill him with ease. Well, crippling fear, giving a couple more seconds. But unfortunately, I am running out of rhymes.
It is the rolling boulder of Sladin as the last thing he sees.
Oh, nice, nice. Well done. Thank you.
Very nice, very nice indeed. Some slam poetry. You should have snapped for me, you beatnik, is just the way that Tempest are looking to rotate around here and snap the Sladin Earth Spirit into a very good jump here from Sladin, and a stolen stun here is going to be the one to get the kill from Katyu. Sacred. Chase. Nightmare is decent, but again, having the time dilation at the right, it's very hard for him to get the kill. It's time time lapse on this one.
Frankly, I really wish we would have killed him easier, because that would have been the right perfect. I kind of, I hate Tempest now. Yeah. So, well, I'm biased for Thunder.
Yeah, he was even going with some Iambic Pentameter off the cuff, and now all of a sudden Tempest, they deny him.
I had a text from my good friend William. He was like, wow, that was fantastic, bro. Anyway, Matthew. He has a Shokuchi, so he's just playing around the enemy team. Like, he knows as long as the enemy team is kept busy, they don't really have anything to do, as we can see here from Sacred. You can disturb the TB's farm a little bit like this.
Night Stalker's coming.
They are coming, and I think this is going to set up for the kill on the Weaver. There's no BKB, so that's going to be a dead Weaver. Sebas has been found too. He has been dusted as well. They have anything to finish him off with. They force him to break his invisibility with a tornado. Sladin comes and sacrifices himself to make sure that the mid laner can get out. And in fact, Sladin had an escape plan the whole time.
Really good. Really good deafening blast by Sebas. That allows Sebas or Sladin to get
out.
No, but it might have condemned Sebas as they jump back on him. A full magic wand, a nice silence into the slow, but cannot slow Pakaz nearly enough. And they actually even cancel that last TP.
And during this time, the Alchemist is farming. So right now, Thunder Awaken is playing this game, which says, yeah, sure, you want to farm your TV? We'll farm an Alchemist. See who's stronger. And I think that is going to be going the way of Thunder. Even if technically Terrorblade is a good matchup against the Alchemist, I don't think they're going to be fast enough. But we'll see. We'll see as Tempest, for now, trying to prevent this tier 2 from falling, making sure they still have a little bit more space. Sladin will be the one to lead this charge.
Really good Nightmare.
Really good Nightmare to make sure they don't lose any cores, but Thunder will still be forced to retreat.
Yep, they'll back up, but they're, again, pretty happy with that, as you say. Now, full BKB and almost enough money for about half of a plate mail, which is pretty nice. Good itemization or good build-up for Dark Mago this game. As you say, the matchup against the TB can be particularly brutal, especially now once he does get the Scotty online. Pretty close, so having that bonus armor, having the attack speed slow aura feels really, really nice for him. Or the minus armor aura, pardon. So you can cut through that much faster. Spanda is Let's look at a fight here. Dark Mongo as well showing up. He's got a full BKB ready to go and has actually gone for that Hyperstone first, ignoring the plate mail. Gonna allow him to cut through Katyu with ease, not even requiring the usage of the Chemical Rage. He's got that in store. Well, maybe not for the tower, but potentially for Roche.
Yeah, that's true, actually. There's a really easy Roche taking. You are rated after all. That small advantage does still come into play, even if Dire is usually favored these days. And that Roche should give you AC. But apparently they don't want to commit that hard, because Alchemist is going to go farm a little bit more.
I guess the AC is just a couple
no,
camps
Darmago is
away.
just being greedy. Never mind. Darmago is just being greedy. They can't go Roche.
I mean, you could look at this skeleton camp.
skeleton camp,
I mean, that's what he
man.
wanted. There it is. There goes the Ancient Thunderhide. And that is almost AC finished. Now he runs into the pits. Will he actually activate the ultimates?
I don't think so. I would like for him to do so. As a
That's
spray,
right.
at least. Pakaz is going for Armlet into Shard for now, which is a build we see sometimes, but now he's going to have struggle with farm.
Oh, Draken killed his courier.
Did.
That doesn't work anymore.
Nope.
Can't get vision in the pit.
Mago going in as well. Now activates Chemical Rage, and they finish off Sebas in a matter of seconds. As Kotaro activates Metamorphosis. They want to get rid of the Timber, and they will succeed here. As he goes into the high ground, unfortunately, no missed chance for them. But Tempest will still lose 2 heroes. And they right now Thunder Awaken. They're probably just waiting for meta to end to play more aggressively. Matthew will be the moving ward around here.
He did get picked up by the stationary regular Sentry Ward, though, so Tempest knows approximately where he is. And now scout the rest of Thunder, retreating back into their triangle.
There goes Matthew to Telekinesis. First avoid for Katyu. We have the Brain Step, sorry, and that's going to kill off Wu.
But that Scotty delivered mid-fight here.
Yeah, that's really major for Kotaro. However, Metamorphosis is falling off. And that is going to be Draken dying as the poor Terrorblade is forced to retreat.
Yep, he's got to go. They're going to have
No meta.
another Chemical Rage here in 5 more seconds. A BKB and a 40, sure, but without the meta, he's going to really struggle to use the advantage. They can try. Slavin in a good position with the ward down as well. Matthew just about out of mana as he did steal Reflection.
Okay, not bad, not bad. Adamago, okay, blocking by Matthew. Not bad. Tornado, though. This is worse. Matthew might just die here. Nightmare will not save him from the EMP, but the Essence Ring will actually. And Matthew counterattacks with Reflection. This gives Vision, allowing them to kill off Sebas. Now the TP is being run down. He still has a Thunder, but Phoenix will stop that from coming out as Kotaro has been destroyed. Poor Slavin has just got in the middle of 4 heroes, and he just got hugged to death as Tempest will lose 3 heroes and a Roche.
They will lose all because of a big old hug. A big old bear hug, unfortunately.
Last hit from Pakaz.
And he takes the Aegis as well, actually. They've given it over to him.
He's better high ground pusher, probably, and also doesn't require transformation, right? I mean, I guess Dark Ascension, sure, but Chemical Rage is certainly much more of a
they do seem strikingly similar, but I think I'd agree with you. Give it to Pakaz. He's a little bit more vulnerable, has the mobility to actually, run at these backlines, and with the threat of the Aegis, does make things more difficult for Tempest to counterplay that. As we can see, lines on the map being drawn, by Thunder, who are looking to immediately get into the enemy triangle, and can do so with ease, as Dark Mongo is going to fill himself back up to full with this nice little Osfrog regen rune. Thank you very much. Dark Ascension used, however, for a kill onto the Weaver.
Oh my god, the damage now on Pakaz deal is ridiculous.
Couldn't even get the Force Staff off, unfortunately. Nope. I think he completed it. The items were in his stash, so he didn't actually have it when he died, by the looks of things.
I like the Force Staff, but honestly, I think the Vlad's just an aura carrier. As they try to save Sebas, they miss the Chakram. Sebas will be able to get out.
Very good kickback.
They aren't able to catch up to him. Instead, they just go forward, hoping to still catch Sebas. Instead, they'll find Kotaro. Kotaro's been stunned. They need one more, though, because he still has Sunder. Crippling Fear will make sure there's no such Sunder. Only Terrorblade will fall here for Tempest, unless someone from the backlines dies. Yeah, sure, Wu. Okay. I don't know how he ended up there, but yeah. Alright, Wu.
Well, and that is going to be very easily a tier 2 tower. Thunder feeling like they can look for more, maybe even look to pressure the buyback out of the TB, which would be viable if he had it, right? Because he didn't end up using meta or even a level 2 Sunder, which has a fairly long cooldown, 80 seconds. So he could buy back if he had it. If he doesn't, cooldown here for a while, and Thunder are going to pick up the first tier 3 tower of the game.
That's Tornado EMP catching both the Timber Saw and the Night Stalker. They'll be able to survive it. They're strength heroes after all. Dark Mao activates the Chemical Rage as he goes in. Slavin in trouble. Slavin will actually be saved by the Force Staff. They need a little bit more damage. Shukuchi will be what does the trick, as Matthew is in trouble himself. Essence Ring, but he's been scouted. They hit him with a Sunstrike, and he just barely lives.
Wow.
thanks to Sacred Lotus Orb taking away the vessel.
It's impressive. It was a damn good Sunstrike as well. I have to commend Sebas. Regardably, he's Quas Wex, so I don't think it's a max level Sunstrike. Yeah, it's level 2, so if that's level 3, maybe level 4, he almost certainly gets that kill. But unfortunately, it's not that kind of game here for Tempest. They're always just that much short. They're that much shy of being able to really get the one-up on Thunder that they need. Now it's Thunder who are 24k up over Tempest and have just claimed half of a lane of barracks.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that big a deal, all things considered, but because you have the 24k lead, I think that's what is probably putting Thunder Awaken ahead. I mean, TB can technically 1v5 this game. It is an okay TB game for that. But with Alk beating you by 10k net worth, it's going to be tough. Yeah. He's probably going to go Mjolnir after the AC, I would say, just to get more mixed damage. Oh, you're chasing after Sebas, and Sebas just got... Sorry, Sladin.
Yeah.
And Sladin just got decimated.
And was probably TPing and looking for a Fiend's Grip. Couldn't find one. Sebas doing a pretty good job here juking. That is a Radiant scan he's about to run into. So look at these arrows next turn. Probably for East. Rubik. No, they don't care.
See, Matthew is literally... Okay, he's 1v2ing right now. Now they have the help of the carry. That allows them to kill Wu. But not Weaver just yet.
Not just yet. Not just yet, but 2 more kills under the belts, in the belts. From the belts of Thunder? I don't know.
Under the belt.
Under the belt.
I think Thunder's been doing under the belt the whole time.
Yeah, they looked pretty good.
Actually, I think Tempest did a special move, which is you under the belt yourself when you pick a TP last pick. Or honestly, not much visible reason.
Comfort.
Yeah, no, that's the reason.
That's the reason. However, Thunder have given them some uncomfortable hugs, as you've said.
Yes.
This game.
Yes.
The hugs.
The hugs. I was going to go with Sandwich, but I think Sandwich of Death implies poison.
Yes, it could be. It could be.
Yeah.
The Sandwich of Death.
I feel like if I was going to die with a food, though, I probably would rather it be a sandwich.
Really?
Sandwiches are great.
No way. You'd want it to be something funky that killed you.
The oysters, but that probably would be a real thing. Someday that's going to happen to me.
Yeah. When will you learn that you're allergic to shellfish?
Well, some shellfish are not allergic to. Oh, they found Sebas.
Still hasn't learned, guys.
He still has the crippling fear, though. Okay, Metamorphosis on the TV with the Alacrity. Kotaro can actually kill things right now.
Oh, wow.
Unfortunately, the Alchemist is joining in. Are they going to wait out the meta? No, they're just chasing down TB. Okay, Pandem will fall on the backlines, but now with the Abyssal Blade, Kotaro is struggling. There's no chance for him to get away. He's going to fall. Draken joins him in the graveyard. As they find more, it's going to be Cat Yu and the poor Earthspirit. Chased down and quartered by the Pakaz, who's now making fun of him.
Oh, Kotaro threw in a tip there back to Matthew, recognizing a good initiation there. Matthew kicking that one off. I don't have replay set up here. But kicking that off by getting a pretty good D-ward here on the cliff, which made the fight pretty much untakeable. They only had vision here, and they ended up kind of... I'm not sure why. This is like the worst cliff to try and hold, but they ended up all just standing there, and there was no escape from them. Thunder looks like there are just moments away now from taking the series in a clean 2-0 fashion. They might end up losing Matthew here just once. No, he's got Yule Scepter to dispel all that damage over time.
He walked forward though as opposed to backward.
That he did. That's a gem on deck. Recovered.
Chances, comeback.
Recovered by Dire, as actually without slots of Sacred.
Lotus Orb.
And he should not make it out of here. Attempted to CP away, but yeah, there is no way. He is dead. And Thunder are going to leave with just 2 tier 4s then. But they leave a gem in as behind. You know, it's considered polite, isn't it? Because Matthew has bought back here. Wait a second. Are we witnessing the start of something truly magical from Thunder? No.
No. Truly magical? Well, I guess there's many ways to see a magic show. Panda does decide to just walk through the enemy team.
That's a special move.
Classic 5.
Classic Thunder.
Okay, and Darmao actually goes into the enemy team, finding poor Sladin first. Sladin is dead. At the same time as they get rid of Wu, both supports are down. The Weaver might be in trouble as well. Crippling Fear about to end. They need another stun, and they will have it with the Abyssal Blade, tearing him a new one.
Yeah, almost a magical moment there for Tempest, but are just shy. Because right on in here, they've got a ward. BKB's pop. Sebas is up next, and couldn't even change his orbs in time by the time they jumped him. Because now beyond godlike with the triple kill. Dare I say that this one's over? I mean, come on now, Tempest.
Oh, more Magaz. I see. Oh no, there's just the actual targeted void. Crippling Fear. That's about to end. So Sunder is possible. Dark Mago
for
Dark
dash.
Mago, what's
got a
happening?
missile.
Matthew's joining them too. There's the Sunder we're talking about. Dark Mago doesn't have chemical
Rage
rage.
potion.
He does use the Berserker Potion. That's going to help him a little bit. Dark Mago, his BKB is over. Sladin can chase after him. Instead finds Pakaz, crippling Fierce,
okay.
annoying him. And Pakaz will just eat Sladin for dinner
goes.
here. However, the
Mago.
Scotty is a nuisance. There's
Round
Dark
two.
Mago, round 2 with chemical range. Let's see if that's enough healing. Sebas got him. The Scotty as well. There's the Meteor on top of him. Lotus Orb will healing up a little bit. And Sebas dies to the Timbersaw instead. As Kotaro, without Sunder, he's vulnerable. They can go for him. They got him with telekinesis. There's the Fiend's Grip as well. And it's going to be poor Kotaro falling as Pandamu controls him. That Shadow Blade, a little bit too late. GG is called. Tempest says, no more. Please stop Dark Mago. I give up as they roll on the floor asking for mercy. Thunder Awaken will be meeting Beast Coast in the Grand Finals.
Yes, of course. The new Classico, I think, right?
No, that is the Classic.
What was the Classico? Beast Coast infamous?
No, Thunder Awaken Beast Coast.
Okay.
It's been the Classic for like 4 years.
Has it?
Yeah. Because they're the better.